dynamic career.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's shocking news, and it's a very sad day for fashion. Obviously, McQueen was a brilliant tailor. He trained at Anderson Shepherd and Jeeves and Hawkes, and what was brilliant about him was that he took this really traditional tailoring training, and he rebelled and he subverted British tailoring, basically, and took it to a wider audience. I mean, his shows were so dramatic in their kind of visuals and in his ideals, that he brought lots of people who weren't necessarily interested in fashion, you know, made them aware of the industry, really.
How do you think he will best be remembered? I mean, how big a part did he play, if you like, of the evolution, the revolution in modern British fashion?
Well, I mean, obviously he was part of that mid-90s Cool Britannia. Him and John Galliano, you know, there were these British designers who made London what it is today in terms of being a fashion capital. You know, London's very proud of being slightly left of centre. You know, it's not mainstream. It's about, you know, trialling and experimenting and really, you know, taking fashion and taking it to a new level, and he did that in an amazing way. And his shows, I mean, and his legacy is not just that he had this brilliant theatrical level to his art and also his shows, but that he actually created clothes that women could wear. You know, you go into one of his stores and you move away from the theatre and you see clothes that fit the woman's body and, you know, that gives them a waist and that are really wearable. And he created a wardrobe for the working woman.
I mean, a lot of people saying he was a genius, a great talent, an inspiration. Did he inspire another generation coming up of young fashion designers? Are the youngsters who will take his place, or is he utterly irreplaceable?
Well, he's unique, so in that sense, obviously, he's irreplaceable. I mean, I think he definitely has inspired young designers. I mean, there's people coming through, for example, Gareth Pugh, who is at the same early stage of his career that McQueen was when he got so much attention. You know, he's doing very avant-garde things, but slowly he's becoming more commercial, and that's what Alexander McQueen did brilliantly. He managed to keep that subversiveness and the rebellion in his work, but at the same time sell clothes to women. And you know, and that's a very difficult line to tread.
London Fashion Show about to start. We know New York should have been showing his collection in about 3 hours' time, 3.5 hours' time. Then Paris, where no doubt will probably be his biggest show at the beginning of March. What now for those? Will there be a void there, or do you think his team will try to remember him with a collection?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. I mean, I've heard reports that they were shutting down his shops today and that there were people fleeing his shops crying. So, I mean, I think it's just too early to tell what will happen. Obviously, he really was one of the biggest names on the Paris schedule. So whether they'll do some type of tribute or, I mean, I don't think they can ignore what's happened. And presumably his collection was quite far along. I mean, designers are notorious in that they leave things, you know, to the last minute, and he was probably still receiving samples for the show in a fortnight. So who knows what state that collection was in. No doubt that collection will kind of have, you know, such importance now. So, I mean, I think it's just too early to tell.
Thank you very much, Alice Ollins from The Times. Thanks for your thoughts this evening on a sad day for British fashion. And we're hearing, just going back to his apartment or his office, one mourner left a bunch of pink flowers outside the doors of the designer's office earlier today. One fan, Xavier Keane from Farringdon, said he was distraught. He was a great, great talent who had lost someone important in his life. I know how he feels because I lost my mother this year. It's a sad day for the fashion industry. And alongside the flowers, a card reading "With love, you'll be greatly missed." So the tributes pouring in from all around the world, outside his flat, outside his design headquarters, and from the words of fashion designers in the fashion world worldwide. You're watching Sky News. Just remind you, you're watching Live at 5 tonight. Our top story: Alexander McQueen, the darling of the British fashion industry, has been found dead, apparently committing suicide at his London flat. Police say his death's not being treated as suspicious. A man's been